Good morning, you beautiful degenerates. Let's talk about Boruto in its most recent chapters. So it seems like Boruto, for some reason, gets a lot of fucking hate. I don't know why. It's a decent anime, but the things that are going against it are a shit ton of fillers. On occasions, a crappy animation, such as these.
サスケはコードを追ってる最中だったな。何か連絡は？
今のところは何も。
But they are funny for memes. And to the old fan base, a lot of it may seem repetitive to the fight scenes that they ended up reusing, which I believe was only about two scenes. If not a little bit more, but definitely two scenes when Naruto was fighting Jigen and Boruto was fighting Kawaki. Kawaki? Yeah, that's the name. And for some reason, the fan base tends to shit on it so much. So much. I don't know why. If you bypass the fillers and the storyline of it, it's pretty decent anime. The storyline goes well, it flows, and it's like a whole polar opposite of what they do in Naruto and Shippuden. But yet, people still hate, which is quite annoying. I personally, I like Boruto and I like the manga. Preferably the manga over the anime, but both have their pros. Obviously, the reason why anyone watches anime, you get to see the manga come to life. Unless you have a very creative imagination, where you and yourself could envision the fights and all, in the whole panels, the way it goes in chronological order in your head. Some people can, some people can't. But let's talk about the pros of the manga. And so obviously, the manga is your rawest form of the anime that you tend to watch, unless it is adapted from a video game or a light novel first and then became manga and then so on and so forth. But the manga, at the beginning, it shows you what's going to happen to Boruto versus Kawaki. And up to this point at the end of the anime, it showed that fight scene once again, which is foreshadowing that it is very close. Probably, and manga-wise, and its storyline not real time, about 2-3 years will probably end up passing, of a jump skip maybe, of basically of like Naruto and Jiraiya training, but now it is Boruto and Sasuke. And like I said, both have pros and cons, and they did good to steer away from kind of like the storyline of how Naruto ran, of boy with nothing becomes and gets everything that he ever desired, Hokage, a family that wants him when he comes home. And in the beginning, you heard, and Boruto, he will lose all that shit, and he had lost a lot of it already. But the will of fire is still within Boruto, as is stated in one of the most recent chapters. And in the manga, spoilers if you want to probably skip over, fuck, I don't even know how long I'm gonna talk. Sarada has awakened her Mangekyo Sharingan. And a lot of people were iffy on how she obtained it by just the emotional trauma of basically everyone revolting against Boruto. But a lot of people tend to forget Sarada is a very emotional person. So it's kind of makes sense that this is the way she obtained her Mangekyo. And it seems like a lot of people forgot the way that the Mangekyo Sharingan works. I've been reading a lot on Instagram, people that post on Facebook, images of it, and they're like, you had to. They thought you had to take the eyes in order to even obtain the Mangekyo Sharingan. And that's not the way it works. The only way you have to take the eyes of a relative is to turn the eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. And you don't really need that to turn the basic version of a Mangekyo. Mangekyo, that sounds like a lizard. And so people were getting that confused. I don't know why. It hasn't been that long. Has it been that long since the first arrival of the eternal Mangekyo Sharingan? And a lot of people kept saying she was the youngest. Once again, that is false. It's like they forgot about Shishui. Shishui was 7 years old when he got his. And Sarada, if the age is correct, she is 12 or 13 in the manga, and technically anime. Yeah. So she would be one of the youngest, but not the youngest. And since everyone has lost their memory within the manga, even Sasuke technically has revolted against Boruto. But with the awakening of her Mangekyo Sharingan, it has made him believe maybe there is something of an alteration of his memories. Because not everyone knows of omnipotence. The only one that knows of that is Ida and Kawaki, and now Boruto and Momoshiki. I don't know what that was, but I heard some shit behind the door. No one's here. All right, back to this. Let's just ignore that for now. Uh, Fuck, I lost my train of thought. Momoshiki. Oh yeah, omnipotence. Its power is kind of equivalent. It's not like a genjutsu, but it's basically a genjutsu becoming reality. They alter the memories of the whole world, kind of like genjutsu, but there's no like, at least of what we know, there's no reversing it, even if she dies. So more likely they have to use omnipotence again to reverse it. And then there's been a lot of theorizing going around on Boruto's horn every time he goes Otsutsuki mode. Well, I lost my balance. How his horn comes out right here, and Momoshiki's comes out in like a curling fashion here or here. And so some believe that Boruto is actually the reincarnation of the Otsutsuki god, the one who's basically, I think his name's Shinjutsu, the one that new power shit that started coming about. That he's the reincarnation of him because he has the Jogan or however you pronounce his eye. And so they're saying those are strong affiliations that he may be the reincarnation of Shin or whatever that dude's name is. Him. But now we're gonna see a very interesting turn of events within the manga. How are they gonna play out this fact? And I want to throw this in. This is my own thing. Since Naruto is Hokage and he's technically claimed as dead, we're gonna be seeing a new Hokage soon. Either one of two things are gonna happen. They're gonna title a new Hokage, which might be Konohamaru, or Kakashi's gonna come back into play and he's gonna take place kind of how when Lord Fourth died, and then the third Hokage took office again. It might be another scenario like that. So either Kakashi's gonna come into play, or we're gonna get a new named Hokage. Either or are gonna be interesting on what is gonna happen. Either we're gonna get Kakashi back, or we're gonna get someone become a new Hokage, which is more likely gonna end up becoming a new powerhouse. Fucking loud ass cars. Which is gonna become a new powerhouse. And that will be an interesting turn of events. The way Konohamaru is gonna not Konohamaru, the Hidden Leaf Village is gonna move forward without its current Hokage. All right. So now let's talk about the anime itself. Now, as I said before, it has probably to most people more cons than would it be pros of watching the anime. Bad parts on it is there's a shit ton of fillers. I can't deny that. There's a crap ton. I think it's probably more than half fillers. It's insane for how much are on there. And some animations weren't the greatest in animated, but great memes came out of it. Win-win scenario. But the storyline of the way Boruto is going, like I said in the manga, is well in the we got Naruto Bargon mode, we got the death of Kurama, we got basically Boruto himself is I wouldn't say you would call it phenomenon, but a basically a you would think he would be born a prodigy, having the blood of Naruto, which was a reincarnation of I forgot his name, Indra's brother, and having Hinata, which has the chakra of the other Otsutsuki that are on the moon. Now you having those two oh, and also having the blood of the Hyuga clan, and the Namikaze, and the Uzumaki. You just have a mix of a lot of strong bloods within the Naruto verse. And so it's already obviously that he's going to be quite strong in what he does. And what's also more interesting, back to the manga sense, uh, Ida's brother has taken an interest in Himawari and her power, which hasn't really been tapped into yet. So that is something to look forward to. We don't really know how strong Himawari is going to be, but I'm not sure if it's I don't remember if it's only anime canon or if it was in the manga as well, where she used her Byakugan. But yeah, we have Bargon mode, the death of Kurama, so on and so forth. But the way they portray Boruto's character in the anime is well written, I guess you could say. It's quite hard to explain how it is. Hmm. But imagine if Kurama hypothetically was still alive. During this scene, when Naruto was holding Boruto, We would definitely be having one of these moments.
苦しみが生まれ、痛みを知ることができる。そうだ、痛みを知れ。
あれは
俺が憎いか。
You know, Naruto would have went ape shit at seeing the death of his own son if he still had Kurama. That rage mode would have been one beyond the rage mode when Hinata got hurt during the pain arc. That would have been interesting. Would have been interesting to see if he still had Kurama, but we do not. But I did wish they would have implemented. This goes for manga as well because obviously it starts there, where Naruto got more angry at the fact that his son died. But then it would contradict the affection that he would have towards Kawaki as a family member. So maybe it would be good not to do that. I don't know. There's a lot of things that they could do, but if they do it, it would contradict other plots of the storyline. Would I recommend watching Boruto? Yes and no. Like I said, I personally like Boruto. I watched it from start to finish. I'm at the manga from start to where it's at right now, which I think is chapter 82. Let me see. Where's my phone? Oh, it is at chapter 80. I would recommend watching it for the storyline of Boruto. If you are a Naruto fan and you strictly only want to stick with Naruto fan, you will end up hating it because you're still obsessed. Not obsessed, but you still have the characters and thought process the way Naruto Shippuden works. Boruto is kind of like I said, polar opposite of what it does. It's in a time of peace and a different type of enemy, and it's not your Akatsuki. It's Kata, which is already gone. But now you have aliens or godlike beings that are coming into play. It went from a thing of like ninjas to now intergalactic beings that possess god tier power. Oh, it was also learned in the manga that every jutsu that exists, genjutsu, is a small portion or a replica of shinjutsu, which is a Otsutsuki god, I believe, that has transcended into like a fourth dimension type being. Which means every jutsu that exists, there will be a stronger version of that itself. And it has been said that Momoshiki himself knows all or almost all of Shinjitsu, which means Boruto will know all Shinjitsu. And if it goes according to that, I believe Boruto might end up having access to Byakugan and Renegon. Because Momoshiki, when he transcended into another being, he had the dual Renegons. And I think he had the thing here. Or maybe he didn't have the dual Renegons. He had some type of different ocular paralysis. And Boruto, more likely sooner or later, is going to get access to that with more training. Because since he is now officially 100% Otsutsuki, with a certain percentage being his blood or his body cells to redo his body, and the rest of it's basically just pure Otsutsuki. So I don't know what would happen if Boruto would eat a chocolate fruit from a planet. Or if he himself absorbs the Ten Tails. That would be cool. Probably won't happen, but like I said, that would be cool. So I gave Boruto on my Malice a 8 out of 10, which on their rating, that is a very good anime. And as I said before, should you watch it? Yes. But if you're a diehard Naruto fan, you're more likely not going to like it. If you're willing to have a different opinion and thought process on how a lot of shit works in the Narutoverse, you will end up liking it. But if you're no, this is this and that is that, you're just gonna fucking hate it. You're not gonna like it. Plain and simple. People tend not to like change. Something moved. People tend to not like change. But with this storyline and the way Boruto wants to go, change is very essence in the storyline plot. Spaghetti. But I just can't wait to see where it goes in the future. I'm always gonna be reading the manga. It releases someday every month between the 17th and 20th. I think it's the 19th though. And the storyline, I said I've rated it 8. The manga's probably around a 9. But I think if they use less fucking fillers, the anime when it does its season 2, which if they do it the same way as Naruto, it was Naruto and Naruto Shippuden, they might end up doing how it's Boruto Naruto Next Generation. It might end up being called Boruto Raiken, which I think Raiken means lightning, and that's his chakra nature. It has the potential to be on par or surpass Naruto itself. Now, within the anime community, that is a very weird thing to say. Naruto is one of the big 3 animes. But it has potential to become that big of an anime and that great of a series if they just calm down on the fucking fillers and a little bit better budget on the animation. But that's something we cannot control as viewers. But that is my take on Boruto and the current manga. And like always, thank you for watching. And I'll see you in the next video if you stick around. And like always, stay cultured and have fun.